been a minute since I've posted any videos. I just, I had a massive heart attack, and that was something to survive. So I enjoyed that, and enjoyed the healing. Went on a trip from hell. Saved my elderly cat, and he lives with my cousin, so I'm very happy. Yay! I had got implants in here. I got these 2 implants up here. They like screw. It's like the expensive kind. All that you want to see. So this is temporary. And I have like a tooth thing made, and I can wear it and stuff, but it's really uncomfortable. I don't like that plastic thing on my roof of my mouth. I feel like it stops my soul from connecting to my ionosphere or whatever, my freaking vibrating engine. Anyway, I keep trying to think, okay, so I survived something else unsurvivable. I died again. I had a massive coronary, double clogged artery, so it's fully clogged and no heartbeat. My thing was like that. It was a flat line. So the ambulance people were like, I can give you the whole detail of the heart attack, and maybe I will one day. But let's just say I let a lot of my trauma die, and I regained a lot of my youthful inner self, and bringing her to the surface has been fun. It's been relieving, and it's been good to feel like my authentic self. I really hope that for everybody. Let's just try to be our authentic self. And you know what? Here's the thing. I really kind of over what people say and think about it. I'm kind of over everything. I still, manage my medications, and I get my, necessary heart meds now and the other things, and I keep up on my appointments for the most part. I missed my eye appointment, but my glaucoma was really active, and I let that one drop. You got to give yourself an out on all the things. Just remember, anyhow, I keep trying to come up with ways to share, the God spirit, share my I'd love to share all the wonderful things, all the wonderful ways that God has worked in my life. But really, I could write a book, blah, blah, blah. I could write a thing. I could do a story. I could keep doing YouTubes left and right. But then, here's the thing. On YouTube, on some of my videos, people oh, you're so sexy. I'm like, ew. Stop. I think it's also because, this part of my life, it's look, I think for 46 double stage 4 malignancy, neuroblastoma, massive heart attack, a prolonged, let's see, what's that called? I don't know what it's called, but I got parathyroid disease. It's pretty uncomfortable. Everything I go through, yeah, it's bad. It hurts, But like they said, sorry, but like they said in the Never-Ending Story, okay, whatever, that's my age. It's gotta hurt if it's to heal. See, that's the trick. If you back away from your traumas and your pains, you know what, that's called survival. And sometimes you need to make sure you can pay your rent, feed your kids, your inner kid, whatever the story, you know. But as much as possible, I think it's really important to be in touch with your inner self. You know, some people would refer to that as your pain body, or, you know, your, I don't know, your trauma package. We all kind of have one, and it's relative. You know, like, so is mine. And I'll tell you, I've been through a lot of trauma, to different types of trauma across the board, right? I mean, but look at me, 46. Do I look like someone who's been madly traumatized? Do I look like someone that's been, like, abused, neglected in childhood after childhood cancer? Dealt with all kinds of physical abuse and narcissistic abuse, people using my good nature and raking me over the coals. That happened, not a lot, but it happened once, and that once was enough. You know, I'll tell you one thing that's really valuable. That connection you have with friends, people who become friends, strangers who become friends, kindred spirits, those relationships, they're like magical, because like your family, you just come into being into that. You just come into that. You don't choose to be, you know, neglected, abused, not raised by your parents, put up, you know, dirsed away, given up, or just simply, you know, out of necessity raised by outside of that ideal, right? We'll just say that, raised outside of the ideal. Okay, so a lot of us have been raised outside of that ideal. Okay. But look at me. Do I look like someone who carries a lot of trauma? Do I look like someone that carries the pain? Or do I look kind of like, I got this, Auntie has this, Bosh, fucking fine. Anyone can survive anything. As crazy as that is to hear, I mean, people survived the Japanese earthquake and tsunami. Like, people, some things can be survived. Like, people survived Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Also Japan, that kind of sucks. But, you know, like, people survive things, and people survive Nazi death camps. I mean, you know, anyway, here's the thing. Like, right now, none of us have time to spend on self-patheticness when, I don't know if you heard it, but that was a rooster. There's rooster crowing in the morning. Maybe they're not crowing where you're at, but they're crowing somewhere, and I'll tell you why. It's because it's called the promise of a new day. And that rooster is saying, it's a new day, what the hell's your problem? Wake up, Ma, come on. So the sun rises, the rooster calls, and God willing, God's will, my hopes is that God wills you into living. And you know what? He does this without your hope of him doing it, even. But I'll tell you what, if you hope for God to fill you, God to relax you, God to soothe your aching soul, God to show you what it means, the soul, versus you're able to ask your own questions. Let's just say that. And, you know, we make our own beds, and then we lie in them. And then here's the thing about making the beds we lie in. You got to get out of the bed. You put your feet on the cold ass floor. Sometimes you know, you need to go run to the bathroom, but you got to get out of your damn bed. And then at the end of it, you got to make the bed. Because then you got to go lie in it again. So that making process of the day, of the bed, of your thoughts inside, who you are, what you are, how you are that day. And if you don't know, you just ask. You want to see what it looks like? This is what it looks like. It looks like sleeping. You know, and it kind of feels like sleeping. And all you have to do is close your eyes and think of breathing. And here's the other thing. You want to know how far you've come, how close you are with the Holy Ghost? Just do this. And in the day, and you've had a lot of light, you have to do it for a while, you know, so this would be a time-lapse situation, but you've got to turn your eyes to the dark. I have glaucoma, so it's hard, and it would take a long time because I have an light issue in my eyes, retaining the light. So it's different now for me because of medical reasons, but it used to be quite simple without the glaucoma and do what I'm doing. Ensure the dark. When you quietly induce your mind, relax your body, whatever tactics you need for that. Relax your toes, relax your ankle, relax your calf, relax your knee, your thigh, your big muscles, the blood flowing into your thighs, your hips, your sacred sexual organs, on up into your lungs. You breathe out the pain. You breathe in the hope and the glory. Anyway, I am of that, so I already know. I don't need to do it right here. It's sometimes it's like a 15-second thing, boom, burst. Sometimes it's a long meditation and I have to step it up in my pursuit of the light of God within me. Sometimes I have to find it. Sometimes I bury it under want, lust, hatred, jealousy, envy, just anger, medical illness, or perception of loss or potential loss. Like all these things set me off. They keep me from the God light, from being in it, from feeling in it. and there's no need for that. And even I get so lost in that. So I encourage you to just keep practicing it, keep going forward. And if you're looking at me as a sexual being, I mean, I don't blame you. La 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 la. No, I'm just kidding. My friend used to do that thing. She's my friend Monda. Well, she's not my friend anymore, but she's just saying, she's going la 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 la, so sexy, so sexy. And she wouldn't be very sexy when she was doing it. It was really funny. She'd go, so sexy. It was funny. Look at that. Ugh. No, it's not sexy. It's coffee tongue, and yeah, whatever. So what? I drink coffee. Do everything I want to do within some type of reason, and I hope that you find your reason and you do exactly what you want to do. One life, one love, one hope, and truly, you ain't call them whatever you want. Blah, 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 call it, the name is this, the name is that, the name is this, the name is that. There's no name, homie. Come on now. You don't need a name. You need a feeling. You need to charge it into your body, into your... Maybe you don't know you have one. I don't know. Look into it. You got this. Anyway, peace.